Welcome, family, to the Atlanta School of Marriage and Relationship. I am Jimmy Stevens. I'm a pastor and your relationship coach. Today, let's talk about something today. I think this is very important. Well, I know this is very important in terms of understanding what it is we are supposed to be doing as an individual in our own life that will impact our relationship for the better. I'm going to say that again. We need to know what we need to be doing as individuals in our own life so that our relationship can be impacted for the better. Our relationship is really, honestly, it is an outward show of what our inward relationship is. Your outward relationships, your relationship with your spouse, your partner, your children, all has to do with your inner relationship with yourself. I can't give you what I don't have. I can't give you love if I don't have love. I can't give you a level of inspiration if I'm not inspired. I can't give something I don't have. And so a lot of times we're looking to receive something in our relationship without thinking about who am I in the relationship? Like, what characteristics do I want to bring to this relationship? What experiences do I want my spouse to experience from me? That's the first place we start. What is it that I want my spouse to experience from me? So today I want you to write that down. I want you to write down what you want your spouse to experience from you. I want you to write down what you want your children to experience from you. What do you want them to experience in terms of when they are communicating, relating to you? What should be their takeaway? What is your desired expectation of yourself that you want to contribute to your relationship? Your desired expectation of yourself. Your desired expectation is what you ideally should strive for, because the ideal expectation of yourself should be a subconscious process. If I'm talking to the church, I'm saying this is what's going to be sown into your spirit. What? Your expectation, your ideals of yourself. That inward vision, that inward perception of us. Scripturally, Paul said like this. He said, Ephesians chapter 1, that the eyes of our understanding be enlightened, that we may know what is the hope of his calling and the exceeding riches of his glory, of his inheritance in the saints, in us, in other words. So what do I need to bring to the table? What do I want to bring to the table? I need you to list that. I need you to talk about that. That needs to be your vision. That needs to be your ideal self. Your ideal self, you should have an ideal of. If you don't know what you want your spouse to experience, that's why things are happening the way they are. You have to recognize whatever you bring to the table is what they will experience. But if you don't have an expectation of yourself, if you don't have a certain level of discipline for yourself, if you don't have a certain level of standards for yourself, your partner or spouse will not experience anything that they need to experience, because you haven't put any effort into creating the ideal person for you. Now, you may struggle with, how do I know what I want to contribute to the relationship, or what my expectation should be of myself in the relationship? So let's do another exercise. First off, I still need you to write that stuff down. Okay, you can pause and go back, whatever. But this is how I want you to visualize it and see it. I want you to imagine, because this will happen. Imagine your eulogy. Imagine your funeral. Okay. So for the sake of this exercise, your eulogy, your homegoing service, if you will, is in a church, and the church is filled, right? And if you were to walk down the aisle of this church and you would see your casket or your cremation remains, whatever you're going to do, you're seeing this right now. Okay. People in there, you're seeing yourself. Question: what do you want your wife or your husband to say about you truthfully that they experience? What do you want them to say? What do you want your children to say truthfully about their experience with you? What do you want your closest friend to say truthfully about their experience with you? That's your vision. That's your expectation. What you want them to say. Because that what you wrote down, or what you're thinking about writing down, is truthfully the core essence of what you want to impact people with. That's what you got to strive for. I want you to be the person you desire your spouse to experience from you, your children to experience from you. That's what you strive for. So when we're doing this, your partner or your spouse, guess what they are? They are just part of your temperature gauge of how good you are doing in terms of your growth and your development. So guess what who it's not about? It's never about your partner bringing something to you. It's about you creating the ideal person for yourself, which your spouse will benefit from, because you're the best version of you. And when that happens, reciprocity takes place place, meaning receiving and giving and receiving takes place, at some point they will experience you at a higher level. Your communication standards will go up. You won't react, you will respond. You won't go off on people. You will process your own emotional experience. Communicate your experience with them. What you said, I felt unloved. I felt neglected. I felt disrespected. You're sharing that. You're not saying you disrespected me. You're saying, when you made that statement, I felt disrespected. I felt unloved. I felt abandoned. I felt neglected. I felt sad. That's what you share. When you share it like that, they then hear your emotional experience. Here's the thing. When they grasp that emotional experience, they are then ideally, if we coming into watching my lessons and teachings, you know their responsibility is to validate that experience so that you feel validated. But if our communication level goes up, they have to level up. You can't talk to somebody down here before they either gonna bring you down or you're gonna bring them up. As long as you know you ain't going down, you rising, your relationship will change. Primarily men. If you're a man and you change, I don't know why this happens. I'm sure there are some reasons. I can speculate, but if you're a man and you're doing this, your female part, your spouse, your wife will change faster, because brothers, we slow at this. So if you're leading the process, your wife, pardon your spouse, eventually will modify. Again, if you need assistance, if you need help in your relationship with communication, with getting a vision for yourself, reach out. Click the link below in the show notes. You want to find a 15-minute free consult link. You want to find a link to my online classes. You're going to find a link to a monthly group communication intensive I do for 3 days, live via Zoom. It's not recorded. Don't get me. You can ask questions at the end. And for those 3 days, you can reach out to me and I'm going to assist you in communicating with your partner. Okay, and the 3-day communication intensive is nothing like this. Is a virtual, basically, conference where you are actually doing the exercises and the things needed to build healthy communication in your relationship. And what I'm looking for is my book, of course. So, and also you can get a link to my book right here. There you go. The Jimmy Rules. Structures is the power of structures and systems to build a healthy, long-lasting relationship. And it's only 60 pages. And it's going to change your relationship, change your life. For real. So, like, share, subscribe. Remix this puppy. Okay? Remix it. Let folks get this. Let them know. Come to the Atlanta School of Marriage and Relationship where I can help some friends and some partners out. Get perspective on life. All right, guys. Until next time, you have a blessed day. And remember, we're trying to help you move closer together instead of further apart. See you later, guys. Have a good one.